Nwaoma's smile was cold as she stared at Adaobi and the other women. If you want your hair back, you must bring me the feather of the golden bird that lives deep in this forest. It is a rare bird, and it is said to be protected by powerful spirits. Adaobi and the women gasped. They had heard stories about the golden bird. No one had ever seen it, and the spirits that protected it were known to be dangerous. But what choice did they have? They wanted their hair back, and Nwaoma was their only hope. Cheniere looked at Adaobi with fear in her eyes. What if we don't come back? The spirits may harm us. If we do nothing, we will be bald forever, Adaobi said, trying to be brave. We have to try. Nwaoma's laugh echoed through the trees. Good luck, my dear, she said, and went back inside her hut, closing the door behind her. The women turned and began walking deeper into the forest. The air felt colder, and the trees seemed to whisper around them. They walked for what felt like hours, pushing through bushes and tall grasses. Every sound made them jump. Finally, they came to a clearing. In the middle of the clearing stood a tall tree, unlike any other tree they had seen. Its branches were golden, and there, at the very top, was the golden bird. It was even more beautiful than they had imagined, with shimmering feathers that sparkled in the sunlight. There it is, Nwaoma whispered, pointing to the bird. But how do we get its feather? Before Adaobi could answer, the wind began to howl, and suddenly, spirits appeared all around them. They were tall and glowing, with eyes that burned like fire. The women trembled in fear. One of the spirits spoke in a deep voice. Why have you come here, humans? The golden bird is not for you to take. Adaobi stepped forward, her voice shaking. We need just one feather. Nwaoma, the woman in the forest, sent us here. She has stolen our hair with dark magic, and this feather is the only way we can get it back. The spirits looked at each other. Then the one who spoke said, Nwaoma is a wicked woman. She uses magic for her own selfish desires. But we will help you, for you are innocent in this matter. However, remember, this true beauty does not come from magic. It comes from within. The spirit raised his hand, and a single golden feather floated down from the bird's wing. Adaobi caught it gently. Thank you, she whispered, her heart filled with relief. The spirits vanished as quickly as they had appeared, and the women hurried back through the forest with the golden feather. When they reached Nwaoma's hut, they found her waiting outside, her eyes greedy as she saw the feather in Adaobi's hand. You did it, Nwaoma said with a wicked grin. Now, give it to me, and I will give you back your hair. Adaobi stepped forward, but just as she was about to hand over the feather, she remembered what the spirits had said. Wait, she said, holding the feather close. The spirits told us something important. Beauty is not in magic. It comes from within. Nwaoma's face darkened. Give me the feather now, she demanded. Adaobi shook her head. No, Nwaoma, we don't need your magic anymore. You tricked us once, but we have learned our lesson. We will not trust you again. Nwaoma's eyes filled with anger, and she reached out to grab the feather. But before she could, a strong wind blew through the forest, and Nwaoma was swept away, disappearing into the trees. The women stood in shock, but they felt a sense of peace. The evil Nwaoma was gone. Suddenly, Adaobi felt a tingle on her scalp. She touched her head and gasped. Her hair was growing back. The same thing was happening to Cheniere, Nwaoma, and Nkem. Their hair returned, thick and healthy, just like before. The women smiled at each other, grateful for the spirit's wisdom. They had learned something important. Real beauty comes from kindness, honesty, and being true to oneself, not from magic or tricks. Moral lesson: true beauty is not something you can get from magic or outside tricks. It comes from who you are inside, your kindness, your honesty, and your goodness.